Another reality that might be coming soon is Shipwreck's favorite topic, loot boxes. There's another good article on Kotaku. This is an interview with the senator who has proposed this anti-loot box bill. And this one was done, let me pull this up. This was done by Jason Schreier. And it's pretty serious. But my takeaway from this one is that they're going to make some deal with the game industry before there's any bill passed. It will make it a finable offense for publishers to put loot boxes in games that target children or that are played by children. So you don't have to say target children, just say played by children. And it'll also ban play-to-win mechanics in those games. So any game that's played by a child cannot have loot boxes or pay-to-win. So basically any game that's not rated M.
Okay.
That's a lot. Mm-hmm. Like FIFA. Think how much money is on the table for a game like FIFA.
Sure. Or Madden.
Like billion. Mm-hmm. It's over billions of dollars are at stake here. So look for the game industry to do something. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. The game industry will regulate itself on this, I'm sure, but this I don't know. This bill seems a little bit overreaching.
Well, yeah, because it's anything, any game really can be played by children.
Right.
Technically.
Right.
But you would argue that it's the parents' jobs to at least keep them away from the M-rated games. But then again, that's also something that's regulated by the game industry itself. Yeah, it's tricky. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But from the tone of the article, the question and answers, it sounds like the senator has been meeting with the game industry and that they are pretty fucking terrified and that they are they're interested in talking further.
Well, yeah, because I mean they make quite a bit of money on this. And
yes.
I read through this article by Jason Schreier here, and the interview, like the guy admits that he doesn't play video games, and his kids don't even play video games, but he hears from parents about them. And it's like some of it's the high level stuff of parents complaining about stuff showing up on their credit card for charges. And that's not a video game problem as much as it is a understanding how technology works problem.
Right. Don't let your kids use your phone with the buying protections off.
Correct. So this seems to be maybe there's room for some kind of bill, but this seems to be like overreaching into areas that is not exactly just loot boxes based upon what he's hearing other people say. Like as far as the overall general parents afraid of charges showing up.
Yeah.
It seems a little bit outdated in that it just is glomming onto loot boxes, to be honest, when I read through it.
Right. I mean, it wants to address gambling. They mentioned it in here specifically. They call it gambling something. Gambling, I don't know, not gambling mechanics, but something like that. Yeah, and it affects kids. It affects adults too.
Yes,
like it's not just kids that are affected by.
No, I think with adults it's probably a bigger problem than it is with children, to be honest. And I agree with that line of questioning in that article. I think that it really is. It's more about adults. Adults feel the effects of gambling addiction probably a lot harder than children do, because children, I know my kids can't just buy whatever they want because, as Shipwreck said, I know how technology works. So it's hard. It's already harder for children, but for an adult, gambling addiction is a real thing. It's not. It's not a made up thing. So once that hits and it's your card and it's your money, there's no one there to stop you, that's when it can become something dangerous.
Yeah, there's so much money at stake that the industry is going to to make sure that they're heavily involved in the legislation, if there is any legislation. Chances are there won't be any because they're going to come up with some comprehensive promise. Like we talked about this a million times. We've already figured out what's going to happen.
We beat this dead horse.
Exactly.